Hello, thanks for joining us again on the channel. I've always been curious about this one, and now that a friend picked one up, we can finally talk about it. His experience, start to finish. Quick note before we begin. There's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
To get things started, let's hear from our first reviewer.
This reviewer, a first-time owner of such a device, found this electric scooter incredibly easy to assemble right out of the box. With just a few screws, it was ready to ride. The client was immediately impressed by its beautiful color and the solid, high-quality feel of its construction. The riding experience proved to be quite smooth and stable, handling small bumps in the road with ease, which was a nice surprise compared to the rental scooters they were used to. However, the primary drawback for our reviewer is the braking system. They found the brakes to be far too sensitive and abrupt. Even a slight touch causes the scooter to jolt to a harsh stop, which can be quite startling and feel unsafe when traveling at any significant speed. Because of this, the reviewer often tries to avoid using the brakes, preferring to let the scooter slow down on its own. This issue was the main reason it didn't receive a perfect rating. In terms of performance, this personal mobility device is best suited for short commutes or leisurely exploration rather than long-distance travel. Our client noted that the actual range was about half of what was advertised, maxing out at around 8 miles when using the sport mode. They also observed that the top speed was about 9 miles per hour in eco mode and 15 in sport mode, which they felt was reasonable for their weight. Positive features include a bright front headlight perfect for night riding and a charming little bell. A major concern for this client, however, was the total lack of security features. To address this, they creatively hid a small anti-theft alarm inside the steering column, a feature they strongly believe should have been included from the factory. All in all, despite the sensitive brakes and limited range, this client feels the scooter is a worthwhile purchase and is even thinking about getting another one for friends to use.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer absolutely loves this little scooter, finding it to be a worthwhile investment as an alternative to biking for someone who doesn't drive. While our reviewer's experience was overwhelmingly positive, it wasn't without a few initial hiccups. A flat tire occurred within the first couple of weeks, prompting a switch to solid tires. This client acknowledges that this makes for a bumpier ride, but ultimately feels the trade-off was well worth it for the long-term convenience of not having to worry about flats again. From a practical standpoint, the scooter is quite user-friendly. The owner found it simple to learn how to operate and charge, and its ability to fold up makes it easy to store away. For security, they did their research and found a solid, heavy-duty lock to use when leaving it unattended. They also appreciate its mileage, noting that they sometimes bring the charger along to top it up on the go if an opportunity arises. However, there's a definite learning curve to handling this personal transport. The reviewer offers a strong word of caution about potholes, explaining that hitting one can stop the machine abruptly, almost like hitting a brick wall, and potentially cause a tumble. Maneuverability requires some practice as it doesn't turn sharply. The brakes are another point of adaptation. They are very touchy, and learning to apply them gently is key to avoiding a sudden jolt or a skid. Despite these handling quirks, our reviewer is thoroughly pleased with their purchase, calling it a fun and practical way to get around.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer has embarked on a lengthy quest for an electric scooter capable of handling significant inclines with a rider weighing around 230 pounds. After trying countless models that often made lofty claims, only to fall short, our reviewer was becoming increasingly cynical, especially when confronted with the term payload. Despite being a 40-year-old guy who attributes his current weight to a combination of childhood baby fat and a year spent embracing the couch life and adult beverages during a global health event, this individual can confidently state that most scooters simply couldn't cut it. That changed with this particular electric scooter. Our reviewer found that this device truly delivers on its promise, pulling them up hills far steeper than one might expect given its specifications. It's not just about getting up the hill, it's about doing so with gusto. This electric scooter accelerates hard and moves with impressive speed, making the ride genuinely fast and fun. Our client observed that if someone isn't a 230-pound, 40-year-old, they'd likely find its performance even more exhilarating. However, no experience is without its quirks, and for this device, it's the brakes. Our reviewer noted that the braking system, which relies on regenerative motor braking, functions like an on-off switch with no apparent adjustment. It's a binary experience that can initially feel jarring, capable of throwing the rider backward or forward abruptly. The workaround, as our client discovered, is to learn to lean back when engaging them, a technique that quickly becomes second nature. Despite this learning curve, the overall sentiment remains overwhelmingly positive. For anyone seeking an electric scooter that can conquer inclines with remarkable efficiency, our reviewer insists that this model stands head and shoulders above the competition, even outperforming more expensive alternatives they have tried and subsequently returned.
That's it for this one. If you found this helpful, tap that like button and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Questions? Let's talk in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.